What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have the first ever Shelby GT-S. This thing is absolutely incredible. Huge thanks to Shelby American of Las Vegas for loaning us this car to share with all of you guys today. This is the prototype vehicle that they initially made. So today in this video, we're going to basically go over this vehicle and to truly see what this car is like to drive, what it's like to drive a 600 plus horsepower Shelby rental car. So before we take it out onto the road for a first drive, let's just go over what this car actually has, what makes it unique and also different than your ordinary Mustang GT. Well, initially, this vehicle did start its life as a 2019 Ford Mustang GT with a performance package. So what happens is that Shelby buys this vehicle from Ford, and after that, they completely redesign it. They add all their unique styling cues all over the vehicle. You have the Shelby GT-S hood, the Shelby GT hood, which I do like it. I have to say I do like it. One thing that I'm not a fan of, though, is that when you're moving along to where the cabin is, the hood is raised so much higher than what the Shelby GT350's hood is. And the reason behind that is because this is, again, a supercharged Mustang. And speaking of the engine, let's go ahead and pop the hood, guys, because there's something special about that supercharger. So here we are opening up the hood of the Shelby GT-S. It's actually not that heavy, which is pretty surprising because I can feel just how thick it is, and I can feel where the air actually transfers. So here we go, guys, raising up the hood, and what you may not probably notice is that it says Shelby under the hood, which is a fantastic touch. It really is. Now, speaking of the supercharger, what makes this supercharger so awesome is that it is a TVS 2650, which is going to be essentially the same supercharger that you will find on the 2020 Shelby GT500. Also, this being a Shelby, moving along onto the side, you've got your chassis number, so CSM 19SXT, so Sixt 1P for prototype. Okay guys, let's go ahead and close the hood and move on to the front of the vehicle. You do have the Super Snake style front fascia. One very interesting thing when it comes to this specific front fascia is that you'll notice this bar right above the Shelby name. Now that does look pretty similar to other vehicles out there. Many people actually say it looks a lot like the Dodge Ram, which again, that's very interesting, very funny. But I think when you look at this vehicle and you watch how all the lines flow neatly together, it does work. It definitely does work. And if you look down right here where the Shelby name is, it's blocked off. So this is not functional. The only functional aspects of this front grille extend from each side and all the way above the Shelby name. Another aspect that I love about the front fascia of this vehicle is that everything that you see is essentially functional. However, there is one aspect that is still not functional when it comes to this vehicle, and it's that of the headlights. As you can tell, the headlights bow in right here and it completely stops. It goes absolutely nowhere, which it does beg the question of why was that designed that way? However, at the same time, I think Ford did this to essentially serve that refresh that all of us were looking for. So Ford not having these headlights on the 2020 GT500 is a very interesting dilemma. These are the wheels on this new Shelby GT-S, and you'll notice initially, yes, these are aluminum wheels. However, they are Shelby official wheels. These are made by the Shelby Wheel Company, and they're called the Shelby CS3 wheels. You may be wondering, how do I recognize a Shelby GT-S? Well, on the sides of this vehicle, you'll find the custom Sixt badge. One thing I love about it is that it says Supercharged, just so they can let everyone know you have a supercharged Shelby Mustang. As we start walking backwards, we'll notice down below we have the Shelby custom side skirts. These side skirts are also painted with a black finish. They match the side stripes as well. These are the custom side stripes that you will find on this vehicle that let you know this is a Shelby GT-S for Sixt. This new Shelby GT-S also has a new rear wing. As you can tell, it does look pretty nice, I have to say. It's not too exaggerated, and it's nothing like the Ford wings that we're seeing on the new 2019 GT350s, that being the gurney flap design, nothing like that. So I think this rear wing does look great. Here's also another feature that we just don't see anymore, that being the Shelby lettering on the rear of the vehicle. The new GT350 doesn't have that feature, and also the new GT500 doesn't have that feature either. So I do wonder why Ford completely got rid of this design, but I do like the fact that Shelby still uses it. It helps give a differentiating factor between the Ford Shelbys and also the Shelby American vehicles. It's raised up and it's got a nice color tone to it, so I think I do like it. To be completely honest, one aspect of this vehicle I just haven't gotten used to quite yet. It is that of this deck lid. As you can tell, it's got a very interesting design. It's kind of concaved in right here, and it bows out. Gives you the original Shelby style logo, but again, it follows the same form factor on this side. When you're standing behind it and you look at it, it's just so different than I think what I'm used to. Please let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I'd love to know your opinions. We also have these Borla exhausts. Now, they are open valve, so unlike my GT350 or even some of the Mustang GTs, you can't switch between the exhaust modes. So when you get inside this vehicle, it's always in loud mode, which I think I do like that feature, because I never run my GT350 in quiet mode. So why not just have open valve exhausts? Okay guys, you know what? Let's play a very interesting game. Let's see exactly how many times the name Shelby is found on this vehicle. I really do wonder exactly how many of these badges are on this car. So before I do it, just think about it. How many Shelby badges do you think are on this vehicle that actually say the name Shelby? Let's start at the front. So here we are. Number 1, Shelby badge on the front grille. Badge number 2, badge number 3, badge number 4, badge number 5, and Shelby again, so 6. Number 7, 8, number 9, number 10, and number 11 and 12. Number 13, number 14, and number 15, and number 16, and number 17, and number 18, and number 19, number 20, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30, and 31. You get my point. There are at least 30 different places on this car that say the name Shelby, and that doesn't even count the interior and beneath, well, on the other side of this hood. So there are many other areas on this car that say Shelby as well. Okay guys, so when you go out to rent this vehicle and you're driving it down Pacific Coast Highway like me, nobody, absolutely nobody, is going to mistake the fact that you are driving a Shelby Mustang. Okay, so I think that's gonna wrap up all the exterior features of this Shelby. Let's go ahead and move on to the interior and then take it out for a first drive. Okay guys, so the car is on. This is going to be my first drive of the Shelby GT-S. Okay, so we're gonna do a poll, guys. We're gonna see just how fast this Shelby GT-S really is. Here we go, we're gonna pull right here. 3, 2, and 1. You can use all of it. When I'm going flat out, full throttle, it feels 100% controllable. I don't feel like the tail end's kicking out, nothing like that. And right now, I'm in Sport Plus mode, and I'm cruising at around 2200 RPM or so. I'm in 8th gear. Everything feels just fine. It feels like you can drive this a long distance. It doesn't feel like it's so harsh to drive and it's bouncing up and around everywhere. Well, it actually feels comfortable. My biggest complaint when it comes to this vehicle is out of the hood. Just sitting in here looking straight and seeing the massive raised hood right in front of you. Other than that, it feels like a proper vehicle that you would want to rent. It's got all the amenities that you're looking for. It's got the Sync 3 system. It's got an LCD display. It's got heated and cooled seats. Feels very tame, this car. Feels like it is made to be the street-oriented Shelby. This, you can instantly tell that this is a car that is made for you to have fun on the road. So that is a huge dip. That's going to be one issue. I feel as if people are going to bottom out this Shelby GT-S because Most people aren't exactly used to low vehicles, and even though this vehicle is not the lowest one out there, it definitely does stick out far with the front splitter, so that is just one thing to keep in mind when it comes to this Shelby GT-S. The reality of it is that this is not a vehicle that you can just go buy. This is a rental vehicle, and if you want to drive it, you have to find one from a Sixt location. Pulling out onto this straightaway. That was incredible. And also, since it's got so much down-load torque and it's got so much horsepower, all you have to do is just mash your foot to the ground, and just a few seconds later you're gonna feel such a rush of adrenaline. It makes you want to keep doing pulls. Looking at this vehicle, this is the first ever supercharged Shelby Mustang that you can rent. So if you're interested in experiencing what this brand is all about, you should most definitely look into renting this all-new Shelby GT-S. Here we have the Sixt website, and as you can see, the GT-S will run you roughly $200 per day. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to let me know in the comment section down below. Also, what do you think about this Shelby GT-S? This is a car that'll give you just pure adrenaline the second you get inside of it and do a pull. I really do like it. Subscribe for much more great content to come, and also hit that like button. It really does help me out. I'll see all of you in the next video.